Surya Saha, and welcome to the Insurtech Story Podcast, the platform to spread knowledge on insurance innovation, digital disruptions, and entrepreneurship. Our website, insurtechstory.com, and we are available on Spotify, Apple, and Google. So now, the most important topic for today is leveraging low-code, no-code in insurance core system for a better innovation. I'm delighted to welcome our guest, John Main, a senior professional with over 25 years of experience across insurance, banking, and microfinance. He is currently the executive director of CoverFox Group, which includes subsidiaries like CoverFox Insurance, CoverStack Technologies, and CoverDrive. Prior to CoverFox, John co-founded and led Future First and Anjali Microfinance. Besides, he has also successfully ran large profit centers and SBUs across various business lines in India and abroad. So, John, welcome on board, and we are truly excited to have you for the show.
Thank you, Surya, for inviting me on this show. It is a pleasure to be talking on the one of my favorite subjects. From the entire CoverFog group, we are excited on the journeys which we have created and the no code and low code topic which you had mentioned. This is
Right.
the buzzword right now, and how we are gearing up to become one of the largest ecosystem player in India.
Yeah, it's a very new area to actually explore, and it'll be interesting to see how insurance benefits from it. So, John, would you like to tell the audiences a bit on your role at CoverFrox and with some light on the product of CoverStack?
Okay. See, we at CoverFog Group, we are structured in a way where our core competency is technology. Because when we talk about Insurtech, uh, see that and the entire concept of Insurtech developed was that the technology should do all the job which a agent or a full-time staff or the distribution channel is doing. So there have the evolution of insurtech has been there in India for last say, 10 15 years, but in reality there's not much of insurtech work has happened there. Like, there was technology available which was enabling people to transact, but that was not the insurtech which is basically what we understand. So from
Right.
that perspective, when CoverFox was launched in 2014, the idea was that the technology as a product, how we can make it more simpler, how we make it more informative, so that whoever is want to buy insurance or deal with insurance should have all the information ready with him, and back to back. Because see, if you see the way the insurance industry is structured, the manufacturer, that is the insurance companies, all the other player in the ecosystem are either distributing the product of the manufacturer or servicing the product of the of the manufacturer. So there is a huge complexity. As you understand, we hear that insurance is a very complex product. The terms and condition is so complex, people don't understand. It is not need based. So all this complexity which we hear in the insurance sector, insurance product, is been solved through an insurtech approach. So for example, if I tell you, see, you as an user, you want to buy a car insurance. So you are dependent on an agent or your dealer from where you have bought the car.
Right.
In in a so you don't know whether whether that agent or the dealer is giving you the right product or giving you the right pricing.
Hmm.
You are totally dependent on him. So if there is no claim, nothing happened, so you're okay. But when the claim happens, and if there are certain terms and conditions attached to the policy, and you are now you will get surprises which you never anticipated. So there exactly where the how the insurtech is playing a role of
Hmm.
how if you as an user is buying a product, you should be absolutely given all the information which is very very critical to your policies. You have a choice to choose from different product which is available in the market, and at a right pricing. So whether it is a motor product, whether it's a health product or a life product on the retail side, or any other insurance product, it makes things easier for you to buy, for as per your need. Like, we hear that insurance is sold, it is not bought. So here
Correct.
you are buying an insurance.
Hmm.
So that is the kind of, the transition which is happening, which we are able to see. And here the Insurtech is playing a role. Now,
Hmm.
earlier what was happening is where, individual insurance companies were, developing their own tech stack, in their own way, to, to reach out in the market to serve the customers. Now, this is a totally a different ball game in terms of how an Insurtech company works or a fintech company works, because your product does the job for you. So if you see in India, out of more than 50 insurance company which is there in India, almost 90 to 19, only two companies which have a kind of a digital approach, in terms of they started as a digital company, whereas other all insurance company as a manufacturer. So the DNA of an organization also, defines the kind of approach which you have toward technology, and the way, you use your technology to do your job. So it is not that all the insurance companies doesn't use technology, but it is more in a fragmented manner, because at the end of the day, to serve the customer, it is not only the buying journey. There is a buying
Hmm.
journey, there is a servicing journey, there is a claim journey. All those things has to be integrated in a such a way that the customer finds it very simple to do the transaction.
Right. Right. When we talk about this low code or no code platforms, we're essentially trying to give the opportunity to insurers to create applications without, working or thinking much on the infrastructure part, or rather any sort of a proprietary coding element. So, platforms for low code development enablers, for instance, the users to, create unique applications without having to be familiar with languages like Java or Python or any similar languages. Can you brief us on what these low code platforms are built and how it enables innovation in insurance?
See, the best example I'll give is, say, from the insurer side. See, for any product which they develop, after the development, definitely that has to be distributed. So mostly, the products are distributed, as I said, through different, distribution channel, like agent, and there are direct to market approach also with some insurance company. They depend on a distributor, digital distributor like Policy Bazaar, CoverFox, and other insurance intermediary to sell their product. Now, for them, uh, uh, so that one product which they develop, that has to be sold through different insurance intermediaries. Now, for
Right.
them to, go and sit and create different, API, because that's the way things have happened. You have to
Yeah.
fill up an
Yeah.
application form. The application form get submitted. So the entire process has been, shortened by creating an API, a code base, which enables, an insurer to go and integrate with any of the intermediary, or they want to do it on their own also digitally.
Hmm.
It becomes things very, very easy. So for example, if, say, for example, CoverFox Broking wants to sell a product of an insurance company, I just go and ask for their API kit, and based on that API guide, I integrate with my system, with my technology, which only where any customers want to is buying the product, so that I'm calling those information from the insurance company. But that's one part of the entire, journey, the customer's buying journey. So this helped the insurer at the end to, have a single window approach for that particular product, where they had done the basic coding, all the, in a such a way that, I don't have to do anything else apart from, just ensuring that the when I'm doing an API call with the insurance company,
Hmm.
it is happening on the real time basis. The service calls are absolutely perfect. There is no glitches in between.
Right.
But that is one part of the entire business. So when we talk about a low code, so this is one of the example which I quoted. Other thing is that, for a distributor like us, at Cover Stack, what we are trying to do is, like, we as a because we ran this business for a long time now, 8 years of our experience of running a business, understanding the customer journeys, understanding the customer behavior. Now those things becomes very important when you do your coding also,
Mhm.
because at the end of the day you want to, there are x number of n number of customers who are in the market searching for a right product. Now
True.
how you are able to give that right product, so that can only happen through, the behavior or the experience which you gather over the period, and build those experience and behavioral aspect in your journeys through a coding, through your, creating an algorithm, creating a, a data sign around it, so that you are able to give the person the right product.
Right. True. So now, just on a different note, what, according to you, or rather, how would you distinguish core insurance platforms from a low code or no code development platforms? It'd be great if you could bring in some cases or examples from Cover Stack too.
See, what cover stack has enabled, like if you say, for example, if a standalone a distributor wants to create, wants to, do insurance business digitally. Now that particular, development work is first time taking.
Hmm.
It's a very high cost involvement is there. And if you are not able to, because as I said earlier, there is a complexity around the products which is there. So if you are not able to understand the complexity in a much better way, and if you don't understand the journeys and the behavior, you end up, spending money which might not get you the desired result. So so a lot of people, because again, as I said, there is an experience learnings and the, the behavioral change which is happening, how those are built in your stack, so that anyone who wants to, thinking about insurance can, just do a plug and play and get all those experience. So in cover stack we have been able to figure out the solution for anyone who is selling insurance. For example, we have one of our partners in CoverStack is ICICI Securities, the group company of ICICI Group. Now they were selling insurance on their own, which was they're using, insurance platform of different insurers, but it was the entire journey, entire process was so cumbersome that, the entire end-to-end sales part
Hmm.
was prolonging. So there is a conversion ratio drop which was there. So what we did, we gave them cover stack as a solution. So we integrated the insurance, the products, and now anyone, say for example, in covers in ICSA securities customers, because they are selling mostly to their existing customer. So any of the ICSA security wants to buy a health insurance, for example,
Hmm.
that person can buy the health insurance in 5 minutes. Earlier it was taking, the person has to put an application, the application was getting processed, and then there is a policy document which to get dispatched to the customer. So there was a huge timeline which was linked, and here that 5 minutes of, he or she is able to buy it in 5 minutes time. And this could only happen because we have provided the entire journey in one particular capsule. So the
Hmm.
customer, whether, because see, when you are distributing or selling the insurance product,
Right.
there are so many other linkages which is there, we need to be you tying up with. So there is a payment gateway, there is a say in terms of when you do a car insurance, so there is a vahan tie up which I have to do. So all these are all created in such a way that when a customer is come, because at the end of the day, customer doesn't want to spend so much time on the platform also. Everyone is so busy nowadays. So how conveniently I can able to provide all those information at one go, so the customer decision making is also quick. So the ISEC, or there are like there is a we are also very focused on the used car segment in India.
Right.
So the anyone who's selling used car, like, car trade or spinny or, car deco, everyone who's focused on that, So the entire process still now in India is broken in such a way that a new buyer who is going to buy a car, used car, has an issue on the on when he's on the insurance related because he's coming to buy a car, but he's not getting the insurance at that time because there might be policy which is lapsed, earlier policy. So through this coding, through this integration which we have done in our product, a used car product I have created, so I can give it to Spinny, I can give it to Car Trade. So for each Spinny and Car Trade, they just integrate and they start selling the insurance for to their customer. So instead of spending time, money, resources, you can get it in a very very low cost, and within say a few days of some customization if it is required, you can do that. So this is the basic difference which we are which we provide, because insurance predominantly has been sold in India is through an agent network. So huge agent network which is there, whether it's life or a general insurance.
Mhm.
So and if you see the total insurance premium which gets generated in India, only 2%, less than 2% is digitally been done digitally. So you can understand around 6 lakhs crores of premium, both life and general, generates every year, and only 2% is digitally sold. Now with the these kind of cover stack, with this kind of approach which is there now in the market, we will be seeing because people are migrating also, the behavior is changing, people want to buy thing online. So there where we are playing a very very interesting role at this point of time.
Right. You have essentially touched upon my next question to you. That
Hmm.
is how this low code and no code platforms, when it gets integrated with the insurance core system, can create a better end to end experience for the end customer. And I think you have already touched upon it with, how the API thing happens and what the end consumers for the auto insurance, for instance, can get benefited. So, would you like to add a bit more, if we say from the digital front end experience, both for a middleman or the insurer, or even for the customer, for example?
See
Anything to add upon?
yes, so on the customer side, see today's customers, as I said, India in the last 15 years have seen a huge transformation in terms of customers buy the buying behavior. We
Right.
have seen Flipkart, Amazon, this everything is people now there is a migration which is happening. People, there was a period where people was never never thought of paying money and getting the
Mhm.
stuff delivered after 6 days or 1 month. Now it is very 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 very, I would, simple, and people are buying stuff and paying that money, and the product is coming after 1 month. So that behavioral change has happened in such a way that even for insurance also, because the awareness is also gone up in terms of especially on the general insurance side, people know that okay, I want to I can get a differential pricing from different insurer.
Mhm.
uh, I can also ensure that in times of, because normally why a why a individual buys the insurance through the agent, because he is thinking or she is thinking that during the time of the claim this guy is going to take care of my claim,
Right.
and that's the there is a dependency which is there. Now through this tech approach, through these the journeys and the service related, because at the end of the day you're buying an insurance for an event, and if
Yeah.
that event triggers, how so through your dependency from tech is simpler, and you're able to get all your required assistance to service your claim is also very very smooth.
Mhm.
So this thing has also evolved in the course of so many few years, so that customer are also now getting those kind of services online. Now today when you go to an hospital for a cashless, your back to back there are things are happening which you might not know in terms of getting your approval done. So there are people, and this is only the technology is helping that to happen. So that behavior changes through the experience which they have I would say they have got while buying the product, or while when the time of the service is there. It's giving them a lot of comfort, and that is there's a, as I said, there's a transition. So like for example, the millennial or the people at a young age group,
Mm-hmm.
their approach is totally digital. They are not, because
Right.
their behavior, they have not met someone to buy a product. They have been buying product through Amazon or Flipkart
Mm-hmm.
without talking to anyone, right?
Right.
So that's the strength. So today, I, as a cover stack, I can enable anyone. I can enable Flipkart, I can enable Amazon uh, to distribute insurance product, say within a week's time, just by integrating. I give all the integration which I have done back to back with all the insurer. I am providing all the experience in the journeys for them to plug and play and start giving a better experience to the customer.
Right. Right. This no-code platforms.
Hmm.
How best it can help insurers to actually take the benefit of this microservices platforms or cloud computing
Hmm.
for insurance. I mean, anything you would your views on that?
See, we have seen lot of see. One is that in from an
Because I
Indian.
think these two actually are the some of the code that coming up for the insurtech industry, right? Cloud and
Yes,
microservices.
yes. So I'll tell you. See what, if you see the entire say journey of
Mm-hmm.
an insurance product. So first, if the product is developed by an insurer, it has to be filed with the regulator, and
Right.
approval has come, and then the
Mm.
distribution happens. So starting from the distribution to customer management, then the booking, then underwriting, from distribution, then underwriting, and then booking, and then service, and then claim. So this entire journey, or entire buckets, which is distributed in a different platform, insurance company, insurance companies, all these journeys are fragmented. It is not in a one particular pipe. So for, say, underwriting, they have a different system to depend upon. For distribution, they have a different. For agent payout, there's a different technology which they have to depend. For claim, they are depending on someone else. So these services are provided by different vendors. So for an insurance company, it is so complex, because at the end of the day, they are serving one customer,
Mm-hmm.
but the dependency on serving this customer through different requirement of the entire product is so complex. So it ends up, for example, increasing the cost for the insurance company. It ends up, if not providing a better service to the customer. If suppose the TPA goofs up on an
Mm-hmm.
health insurance, then the insurance, because the insurance company is the owner of the product. So
Right.
the reputational risk is with the insurance company.
Yeah.
So here, these services, if these microservices can be brought together in such a, because some insurance might have a very good underwriting system, but might not have a good distribution platform.
Yeah.
So we can provide services in that perspective. We can provide a service in the claims part also. So this, and even in the compute, like most, like lot of insurance companies after COVID, we have seen a lot of innovative things which they are trying to do. I'll give an example of life insurance. Life insurance, for example, where up from a particular age, you have to go for a medical checkup up to a particular limit of some insure.
Mm.
But during COVID, people couldn't go out, and
Right.
the threat of life was so much. People wanted to buy life insurance and health insurance. So since the situation had become so complex, they had to innovate something which allowed them to do the medical test, because not everyone is unhealthy, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so they came out with certain technology, the help of technology, to do underwriting in such a way that they were able to issue policies immediately, without the customer going to the medical center to do the test and XYZ. So so in the next 10 years, 5 to 10 years, you will see a lot of things moving away from the traditional way of doing insurance to all these elements. Like for us, uh, before COVID, we had 1100 people on a call center. We have 170 people right now, and this could only happen because we had worked so much, or I would have said we have worked toward the understanding the journey and the behavior in such detail that it helped me to understand that which kind of customer is going to buy my product. So
Right.
from 1100, I was able to bid in 170.
True. I think this entire concept of, or rather the different types of methodologies in software development that's coming up, it's going to hugely change some foundational stuff for insurance industry, especially with minimal coding and other things which cover stack is coming up with. And cost wise also is going to impact the insurers and the insurtech companies a lot, and which I feel it goes hand in hand with creating a best customer experience ever. Cost, and definitely how you deal better with your end consumers. So some great innovations coming up and great thoughts you have shared, John. Fantastic discussion. Thank you for sharing all the cases, all the insights, backgrounds, and of course the outlook today with our audiences. It was truly a delight to have you as a guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Surya, for having me on the show. Thank you so much.
And lastly, to wrap this up, thank you for listening and see you at our next episode. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye for now.